All right, let's talk about the number 13. We're going to peel back all the layers on what might just be the most famous, most feared, and honestly, most fascinating number in the world.
So why is the number 13 so spooky to so many people? It kind of gets right to the heart of superstition, doesn't it? I bet you felt it, that little hesitation when you see there's a row 13 on a plane, or you glance at the calendar and, oh great, it's Friday the 13th. So where does all this anxiety actually come from?
Well, believe it or not, this fear actually has a name. It's called triskaidekaphobia. And it is not a new thing, not at all. Its roots go way, way back into some of our oldest stories. Think about the Last Supper. There were 13 people at that table. And who was the 13th guest? Judas, the one who betrayed Jesus. And you see a similar pattern in Norse mythology. Loki, the god of mischief, shows up as the 13th uninvited guest at a party, and his arrival, well, it leads directly to chaos and death.
Okay, so that's the scary stuff. But what if I told you that this whole story of fear and betrayal is really only one side of the coin? Let's completely flip the script here, because for a ton of people and entire cultures, 13 is the exact opposite of unlucky.
And this is a perfect example of how much our perception is just shaped by where we grow up, right? So in a lot of the West, you've got this gloomy, superstitious vibe around 13. But then you go to Italy, and it's a total 180. Over there, 13 is traditionally a number of great fortune, of prosperity. The point is, its meaning isn't set in stone. Not at all.
And you don't even have to look at ancient cultures to see this happening. Just look at pop culture today. I mean, Taylor Swift has pretty much single-handedly reclaimed the number 13. She's completely transformed it from the symbol of bad luck into her own personal emblem of good fortune. And now an entire generation of her fans sees it that way too.
So, we've got fear on one side, luck on the other. But let's take a step back from human beliefs for a second. Let's look at how this number is literally woven into the fabric of our world. We're not talking about opinion anymore. We're talking about fundamental patterns.
Okay, let's start with the rhythm of our planet itself. The year is split into 4 seasons, right? Well, guess how long each of those seasons is? Yep, 13 weeks. It's a core part of how we measure time.
And it's not just nature's clock. It's foundational to modern history. The United States of America, it all started with 13 original colonies. That number is still right there on the flag in the stripes.
Then you jump into the world of pure shape, of geometry. There are exactly 13 of these incredible shapes called Archimedean solids. Not 12, not 14, 13.
It's even coded into nature's own software. If you look at a lot of common flowers like daisies or marigolds and you count the petals, you'll often find they have 13. It's a pattern that comes straight out of the super-efficient Fibonacci sequence.
And get this, in biology, 13 shows up as a symbol of pure resilience. Some insects have these incredibly tough hearts made of 13 separate chambers. It's what allows them to survive under the most extreme conditions.
So it's pretty clear that 13 is literally all around us, in nature, in history. But where the story gets really, really interesting, I think, is when we look at the pure, abstract beauty of mathematics.
Okay, so for all you math fans out there, and even if you're not, 13 is no ordinary number. First off, it's the 6th prime number. It's a key number in the Fibonacci sequence. It's even something called an omirp, which is just prime spelled backwards, because if you flip it, you get 31, which is also a prime number. And to top it all off, it's a Pythagorean prime. From the famous 5, 12, 13 right triangle? And it even has this kind of playful side. Mathematicians call 13 a happy number. It's a fun little process. You take the digits, 1 and 3, you square them, so 1 squared plus 3 squared, that gives you 10. Then you do it again with 10. 1 squared plus 0 squared, and you get 1. And because you end up at 1, it's officially a happy number. It's this simple, elegant little mathematical journey that just works.
But okay, get ready for this. This next part is where 13 joins one of the most exclusive, most elite clubs in all of mathematics. We're talking about something called a Wilson prime. And all you need to know is that they are insanely rare. To be one, a prime number has to satisfy this very specific, very complicated formula.
So just how rare are we talking? Well, think about this. With all the power of our modern supercomputers running calculations for decades, we have only ever found 3 of them. Not 3 in the last year, 3 in the entire history of mathematics. That's it. And here they are. The only known Wilson primes in the universe are 5, 13, and 563. So our supposedly unlucky, cursed number, mathematically speaking, it's an absolute rock star. It's part of a club so exclusive, almost no other numbers get in. This thing is anything but ordinary. Wow. Okay, so we've gone from superstition to history, from the patterns in nature to the highest levels of math. But there's one last layer we need to peel back, and that's the deep, spiritual meaning that people have given this number for centuries.
And what's so fascinating is that in these systems, 13 isn't an omen of doom at all. It's the number of transformation. Take the tarot. The 13th card is death, which sounds bad, right? But it's not about a physical end. It's about profound change, clearing away the old to make way for the new. In alchemy, it was the final step of purification. The idea is that 12 is a complete cycle, like the 12 months. 13 is the number that breaks that cycle and pushes you into something new, something higher.
You can see this sacred role really clearly in Jewish mysticism, in Kabbalah. They had a system called gematria, where letters have number values. And it turns out the Hebrew words for love and unity both add up to 13. How amazing is that? It represents the 12 tribes coming together as one with God. And that's exactly why the bar mitzvah, that sacred rite of passage into spiritual adulthood, happens at age 13.
And it all comes together in this just beautiful and profound image from sacred geometry. This pattern is called the fruit of life. Some consider it to be a literal blueprint of the universe. And look at it. It's made of 13 spheres. You have 12 on the outside, but it's the one in the middle, the 13th sphere, that connects them all. It's the center point, the nucleus, the source of all creation.
So we started this whole journey with a simple question about fear, and we've ended up at the very heart of unity and creation, which brings us to one last, much bigger question. After everything we've seen, the superstition, the science, the incredible math, the sacred geometry, is 13 just a number? Or is it more like a mirror, one that just reflects back whatever meaning we decide to give it?